Hello there, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, and welcome back to the Talos Principle. And where we had previously left off, we had played the very first level of the game, World A1. And today we're going to tackle the second one in the traditional order. You might notice these little things, more of these little Tetromino sigil puzzles. Now unfortunately we are missing one sigil for this particular item which will come into play, and also this thing, which is kind of like a box, but trust me, it is not a box. If the game dictates that it is not a box, then it is indeed not a box, because the game has the most amount of sense with this sort of thing. Anyway, World 2.
Oh, hey, one more thing. As you're moving around doing puzzles and checking out the scenery, you might notice a giant tower. I'm supposed to warn you about that. Actually, you should go there. It's like Candy Mountain. It's a land of sweets and joy and joyness. It's a magical adventure. Just go check out the tower. Oh hell, this should be good.
Maybe we should go to the Tower of Candy. That sounds like a great idea. Anyway, Milton Library Assistant wants our attention, and this is actually kind of a mandatory part if we want to actually access the list. So we're gonna go ahead and access the communications portal. Try to get access to the network, but it failed, so instead we're gonna load the troubleshooter. And, yeah, we're gonna be here for maybe like about 2 minutes because we have something mandatory to do. And that mandatory thing being we have to answer some questions because we don't actually have the password to get into the main administrator account, which is quite unfortunate. You can enter any of these, but none of them will work, unfortunately. It's all part of the scripted sequence. So instead we're gonna try and create a new administrator account, and the computer wants to verify that we are not a robot. I mean, look at our hands. Those are regular human hands, I'd reckon. I'd say, yeah. We're certainly not a robot. We don't answer like a robot. You can trust me on this one. Because this is a face. And what best describes a person is a human being. Because we have the concept of human being in mind, then we want to make sure that this computer knows we are indeed not a robot because we answered that a human being would be a person. And we are a type of person because we are a human being. Just with very advanced technological hands. Like, prosthetics. Yes, these are just prosthetics, don't worry about it. But we're gonna offer this guy half of our water, even though we don't know where the next oasis is gonna be. And that was part 1 of the questions and answers thingy, to prove that we are human. Also, stuff! You can read about Jeff Goldblum in this one, and everyone wants to read about Jeff Goldblum because he is an amazing actor who stutters all of the time. That makes up the quality of everything. And also, hey, there's a Talos Principle text. So if you're really looking for the deep meaning of the Talos Principle, just go look at this text file right here. It explains everything you need to know about this game, and that might enlighten many people of the deep philosophical mind. Here's a new little gimmick. This is a time capsule. It's part of the story. Let's listen to it.
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule. Write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now. Bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
And that is actually pretty interesting. I would recommend you pay attention to the story. I would love to reiterate because it's pretty great. You know, it does give you a bit of an insight and does kind of raise a bunch of questions. A lot of deep questions about what it means to be human. That's pretty much what every review about this game says, but honestly, it's one of the better things about this game in my opinion is the actual story. So here's another list with a bunch of documents you can read. This one is full of hexadecimals. I believe someone on Reddit actually translated all of these at one point, and you could probably download a file on there somewhere. Just search something like Talos Principle translated hexadecimal numbers, and I think it reveals more about the story. I have yet to actually read on about it because I pretty much just heard about it. I pretty much just learned about it as soon as I was doing a test playthrough of this level, so hey, it's probably something that's worth checking out. Also, if you have a phone that can read QR codes or something on the computer that can read QR codes, look at this one, because I can't. Like, I looked up this QR code and, well, I don't think anyone's bothered to tell you what it says, so if you have a code scanner, then go read that. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna actually go ahead and do a couple of puzzles. There are only 3 puzzles in this world, so it's significantly shorter in comparison to the first world, which had like 7 puzzles and a star. This one also does have a star, so we will be going after that in the end. But we're gonna start off with The Guards Must Be Crazy, which teaches you the virtue of patience. Like, this can be a little bit of an annoying one to do if you aren't very patient, but it's also kind of nerve-wracking for me because, well, it kind of demonstrates perfectly well how far away from the bombs you can be before they decide to blow up in your face. And it still makes me nervous, no matter how far away I am from the bombs. The bombs do indeed scare me quite a lot. We're gonna let this one go by until it reaches about that point, and then we're gonna jam it from here with the second jammer, and I think I'm gonna try keeping this one right about, I want to say right there. I want to make it so that way it could jam that door, because I did actually have a couple of problems in one of my test playthroughs trying to get this one to stay and, well, not blow up in my face. We're also gonna try to avoid getting exploded by that one, which is a real mean mime. It's a very mean mime. Mimes. Yes.
Alright, looks like you got a handle on this. I'm gonna take a break and go play some Serious Sam. Yeah, that was a shameless plug. This is me, not giving a toot. It's an awesome game. And I hear the voice actor who plays Sam is dead sexy, too.
Serious Sam is a clearly superior series compared to the Talos Principle. There's no doubt about that. It's a game where you don't actually have to think as much as this one, and that's probably good enough for a lot of people like me. Anyway, second puzzle! You have to use 2 jammers to open up a couple of doors. Very straightforward, in fact, because you just need to jam this one. But you cannot bring this jammer through the purple barriers, and that applies to pretty much any object in this game. But we need to jam this door from this side, because we have to move this jammer over here to jam that door way out there in the distance where the sigil lies, and you have to use this one to open up this gate. And then you can run straight for the sigil. Very easy puzzle that does not involve any bombs, and you know what? That's fine by me. Any puzzle that doesn't involve bombs is usually acceptable in my book. Except for this one, because we're actually going to get rid of the bomb in the third puzzle over here called Suicide Mission. So, you only have 1 jammer to work with, but this introduces a pretty nifty concept about this game. So, you have a main gun turret, and you have a bomb right behind this door. We could jam this door and let the bomb right through, but that actually doesn't really do anything. What you want to do is jam the minigun, then activate it with the switch, unjam it, and then open up this door, and, well, just watch the show, really. That's definitely one of the more satisfying things to do in this game, in my opinion. But that leads us to the final sigil of this area. And with that completed, we can actually go ahead and go after the secret. Like, this world is actually really short, which I find is much better for playthrough purposes, so I hope you guys are enjoying this much shorter video in comparison to the last one. Anyway, there's a door here. It's locked. No surprises there. So in order to open that door, we actually have to find a key. And this puzzle on my first playthrough had me stumped for so long. I was looking everywhere to try and find the key to that place. And I do mean everywhere. Like, it's kind of absurd how much time I spent just looking for this one stupid key. And the funny thing is, it's actually right through this door. Like, this is really easy to miss, in my opinion. But if you just run through this open doorway, there's a set of keys right here. Quite a large amount of keys. And there's also a ladder, which lets you escape from the puzzle, which is kind of neat. So with these keys in hand, we are going to go all the way over here where there is the doorway, and we open key door thingy, and there's a jammer inside. And the secret of this area, in my opinion, also kind of easy to miss, but it's funny because it's literally to the right of where you spawn. There's just this little building over here surrounded by bushes, and there's the star, and that's what you need the jammer for. So, that is this world completed, but we are still missing one thing. This game also has Easter eggs, and all of them, they can range from very small and kind of insignificant to some of the best things you'll ever see. Like, Crow Team's creative juices in this game really got to flow as soon as they got, like, all the puzzles out of the way and they just started adding, like, a bunch of Easter eggs everywhere. A lot of them are really creative, and it's one of the reasons why I love this game. But there is an Easter egg around here. Ah, here it is. 'Tis a message in a bottle. There are 10 kinds of people in this world. Those who understand binary system and those who don't. 2 robots are standing in front of Picasso's painting. One says, "Seems like something went wrong during printer driver installation." 2 atoms are walking down the street together. The first atom says, "Hey, I think I just lost an electron." "Are you sure?" asks the second atom. The first atom replies, "Yeah, I'm positive." Anyway, you could drop that in. It actually kind of rolls around on the ground, which is kind of entertaining. If I can find a place where it does actually roll on the ground and, you know, demonstrate that, because, yeah, little things like that are kind of neat. I would crouch to get a closer look at this, and it's clipping through a rock, but there actually is no crouching in this game, which is, I don't know, it kind of strikes me as odd. I always expect there to be some sort of crouch key in a first-person game. That's not necessarily a shooter even, but, whatever. But that concludes World A2. I was about to say 2A by mistake, but I didn't. So, yeah, that's good. If I did, then there would probably be a couple of issues with that. And that's probably going to be the end of this world. So, let us leave. And unfortunately, Sam is too busy playing his own game, so he does not have anything to say in response to us completing that world. But that is all of it completed. So, the next time we play, we will be tackling World A3, which actually has 2 stars in it, and a red sigil. That's gonna be pretty interesting. But until then, thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day or evening, and I guess I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.